What's going on with y'all, man? It's gonna be a different type of video that I got. So we gonna do these challenges, knock them out. In the meantime, as we going through these challenges, we gonna just, you know what I'm saying, just chill, chop it up, have a discussion, conversation, right? A motivational Monday, but it's Thursday though. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. So you know what I'm saying? It'll probably end once I get done with this the rest of these collector series challenges. I think the final drip and the AKA the first part. Maybe I'll do honest, not sure, right? But I want to say this, man. I don't know what the challenge even was just now, but yeah, bro, like just go for it. Just go for it. Just do it, man. Like whatever is on your mind, as long as it's legal, it won't get you hurt. Just go for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Take that first step, even though it's scary. You know what I'm saying? You might not know how it'll go, but you gotta just make that move. You know, you might have that thought like, "Yo, what if it doesn't go right? But what if it does go right?" Now you sit, like now you're looking back, you're sitting back, you're sitting there looking back and like, "Yo, like I had doubts about it, but yet here I am. It took off. It worked out. Whatever. This could be a project. It could be an investment if those of y'all are into, cryptos or stocks. You know what I'm saying? Could be a job opportunity. Something like maybe you think about applying for a job. You're like, yo, I don't know, man. What if I can't do it? It's down the third. I could say from personal experience, right? There was a there was a job I had applied to a few months ago, right? A truck driving job, and before I applied to it, they wanted me to have my endorsements, right? For driving a specific truck. They wanted me to have my tankers endorsement and my hazmat endorsement. So to get those, obviously you got to study, your hazmat on different apps, whatever, right? Then you go to DMV, take a test, you pass that test. So me, I applied to the job and I didn't even have those things yet, right? This because one of my boys, he was like, yo, go apply with it. I'm like, shit, I don't got my endorsement, so he like, it don't matter, just go. So I applied to it. Literally after I applied to it, I got a phone call within like 5 minutes of applying. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a phone call interview on the spot right there as I'm driving to the gas station. I got a phone call right there on the spot. I had to pull over, take that phone call, knocked it out the park. The questions, they was loving what I was saying, what I was putting down. They was digging it. They gave me a part two to the interview that same week. Went in there, killed the interview. It was about three managers that wanted to talk to me, that all wanted to hire me, all from that one company. Mine at the time, I still don't have my hazmat or my tankers endorsement. Just go. But I'm gonna tell you, after I left the interview, I went to the DMV, took my test, and got what I had to get for the job. I had to say this, just move, you know, just move. Act on faith, acting the knowing. Not in believing, but know that hey, I could do this. Cause you can do it. 9 out of 10 times, you can do it. As long as it's something safe, it's not illegal, you can most definitely do it. You can accomplish it, you can achieve it, you know? Like don't ever forget that. Don't let no one tell you what you can and can't do, you know? Don't even let yourself sometimes say what you can and can't do. But also like know your limitations though. Cause most of the time, right, your mind will try and trick you and make you think that you can't do it because your mind doesn't want you to level up just yet. So you have to know, all right, my mind's playing tricks me right now, but I can do this. That's self doubt. You don't want to let self doubt creep in. But also at the same time, like I said, it's also knowing, like, on the for real, like, all right, can I not do this? Like, obviously, if you can't lift 200 pounds, you're not going to do it. What you would do instead is you would work your way up to lifting 200 pounds. You would go to the gym, take your proteins, your vitamins, get a regiment, get that consistency. That way now, right? All of a sudden, you can lift 80 pounds, now 100, now 150, then 200. So it's about training yourself to get to where you got to get. You know what I'm saying? What's the score? A pass touchdown in 4 plays, getting 10 yards this play. All right, but yeah, like that might be like the main message for this video. Just go for whatever your goals are, or your dream is. Like don't let that deter you. Don't let it deter you at all. I remember when I first got my well, not even my first. When I was in the process of getting my CDLA driver license, right? Like wait, like years ago, I looked at it as like a moving a giant mountain. Like to me it looked like whoa, like getting your CDLA is like damn, like you must like that's like some superhuman type shit. Like you over here driving like that big ass tractor trailer around and traffic on the highway. You know what I'm saying? Like out on these streets, like having to study for like all those exams, the DMV. I looked at this as like something impossible. Like how could I do that? Because at the time I was just driving box trucks. Like for Intamins. Pretty sure you heard of Intamins, like the little bites, the cakes, the donuts, Frito Lay. I was driving for Frito Lay, the chips, the Doritos, Lays, the Funyuns, Cheetos, all that kind of stuff. Then Thomas, English muffins, bagels, mini bagels, things of that nature, right? So me, I'm looking at it as like, damn, like these guys is kind of like superhuman. They driving these big ass trucks with a long trailer behind them, probably like the length of like 5, 6 cars, something like that. Like look at how they parking it. Like they reversing the truck and backing up and parking like with no backup camera, no rear view cameras. Like they using their mirrors, getting out and looking. I'm like, damn, like how they doing all this? And I thought I couldn't do it. I really thought I couldn't do it. And I went to school for it. Went to school for about a month. Went to school for about a month, Mondays to Fridays. Shout out to Fleet Force, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. It's there. Month, it's a whole month. It's there, right? Other students, we had a big ass class, like 11 in the class. I'm thinking like, damn, like how I'm finna get my reps in? It's 11 students, 2 trucks. We gotta shit these 2 trucks. But I just lock in, man. You just lock in, bro. You just gotta lock in. Just lock in, make it happen. Get your reps in. You'll figure it out. Like I figured it out. Then I remember I failed my first test. I failed I failed my test for the first time. It was the not the practice. It was like the real deal exam where it's like it's the exam that comes out and you gotta do I believe it was 4 months. It was before that. You got to learn in-cab inspection, right? So learning what to talk about for the in-cab inspection, like what you looking for, like your fire hydrant, not fire hydrant. I'm bugging. I'll keep saying fire hydrant. Your fire extinguisher, safety trials. Make sure your mirrors are good, all that stuff. And you have to memorize the outer ex- um the outer inspection, like Make sure the lights are working on the outside of the truck. Make sure everything is working. Like alongside the truck. You know what I'm saying? Like things of that nature. Then after that, the next part was the maneuvers. I believe it was for maneuvers. It was going straight forward, straight line backing. You have to step inside of a box. What else was there? You have to like snake your way out of these cones and then reverse snake your way back inside the cones without hitting anything. Then the final part, that was the road exam. So now, right, this whole time we're in school, I believe it was week two, we got outside. We're practicing maneuvers, right? By the last week, by week four, I had, everything down packed. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good going to test day, right? I'm feeling super good. It was on a Saturday. And then, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely nervous. I was most definitely nervous, because you want to pass. You want that license, the CDLA, right? That's what you went to school for a whole month to make it happen. Definitely nervous, but I passed the first part, the exam. The inspection, in-cab inspection, the outer inspection, things of that nature, right? I don't know how we didn't catch that pick, but anyway, I got to the maneuver part, and the part where you have to stop inside the box. The part you have to stop inside the box. I stopped too short. I stopped too short. So off rip, I believe that was 5 points, right? And the goal is to get through all five maneuvers or four maneuvers with as little points as possible. If you have like 10 points, then you fail. So now, right, I didn't stop in the box. I stopped short. So now off rip, I have 5 points. I got five more to play with. So now I get to the final step of the maneuver, right? And everything I learned those last 3 weeks outside on the yard just went out the window. I just froze. I froze. I froze. I panicked, and it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Next thing I know, I looked up. I had 10 points. He blew the whistle. The instructor, well, the examiner blew the whistle. Failed my test. Failed my test on the very last maneuver. Had to take it again that following Sunday, right? Not the not the next day, but the next week Sunday, right? And you know what I'm saying, like, bro, like I was hurt, like I was hurt, I was fucked up, like damn, I really just failed, like how did I just fail, like I've been practicing this like every day for all these weeks, like what, you know? And I was down, I beat myself up. At the same time, I picked myself right back up and had a good support system as well. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife, my kid, you know what I'm saying, my friends, you know what I'm saying, help pick me up as well too. Then that following Sunday, knocked it out the park. The maneuvers knocked it out the park. Like it was just child's play. Like it was just nothing. Knocked it clear out the park. Right? And what's funny is I did it in the fog. So it was foggy as hell. I'm having a hard time seeing anything, right? Like on the track. I'm having a hard time seeing a thing. And yet somehow, someway, by the grace of God, knock it out the park. So now I get to the final part of the test, the road exam. And again, it's still foggy. It's getting even foggy. Like visibility is just nasty. And we driving and I'm doing my best. Being a safe driver, being conscious. What I'm looking at, you know, the sidewalks, intersections. Cars coming, cars going, yada yada yada. Right. And then the number one rule about like driving exams is when the examiner or the tester, whatever, takes the wheel from you, that typically means you failed. So now what happens is we're driving and whatnot, and he says, "Hey, let's switch." So I come to a safety stop, put on my put on my lights to signal where I'm gonna turn to. Then I come to a stop, put on my four-way flashers. We switch seats. He takes off. He busts a U-turn, and he's still driving. So I'm looking at him like side of my eye, like shit. So am I gonna get this wheel back? Did I just fail? I'm thinking all that shit in my head right now, right? And then he breaks the silence and he says, "So what are you gonna do with your CDLA?" I said, "What?" He said, "What are you gonna do with your CDLA?" And at that point, I knew I passed. I said, "Shit." Next thing I knew, he puts on his flasher, not flasher. He puts on his flasher to, well, not flasher. His signal. He comes to a stop, puts in his four ways. He says, "All right, let's switch back, bring it home." I'm like, "Damn, bring it home." You know, let's go back to the yard. Don't hit nothing. Don't hit a curb. Yo, just get me back, man. Just get me back in the fucking yard without hitting anything. Got back there, he looks at me, he says, "Congrats, man, you passed." And that's just a story of like something that I thought was an obstacle. That was like a giant that like, yo, like how can I tame this monster? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, by just the grace of God, just having that knowingness of like, yo, like I can do this. I've been doing this for a month. I've been studying, passing all these tests. Like I can do this, and going on the road, driving on the road, doing all my maneuvers in class. You know, it it just built that not just the confidence, but just to know like, hey, like you can do this, man. You can definitely do this. You know what I'm saying? And did it, passed it, got my license. So, like don't have that self doubt, man. If you have that self doubt, that just means you have to keep working on whatever it is that you're working towards. That's all self doubt really is. Just keep working on whatever it is that you're struggling on. That self doubt is gonna go away because you've gotten better at it. Maybe you didn't master it quite yet, but it means you've gotten better at it once that self doubt starts to go away. But that's it for that, man. That's my first, I don't know, I guess, whatever you want to call this. I'm gonna start doing these. I'm gonna start doing these kind of vids whenever I gotta do my challenges. Instead of just doing them as I'm playing music or watching the video, I'm gonna just, hop on this, get the headset out, just talk to y'all, man. Leave some comments down below. You know, what are some things that you guys are working on that has you stressed out, you worried about, you know, and remember, just keep working on it. Just keep working on it. Keep working towards it. You know, it may seem like like it may be Goliath right now, and you may be David, but keep working on it. You're gonna overcome it. That being said, y'all be easy, y'all be safe. As always, God bless. Catch y'all next vid. I'll holla at y'all.